Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are struggling to find their way in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy of The Man Crisis in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Recently, Academy Award-winning actress Charlize Theron announced that her 7-year-old black son is a transgender. And with this announcement that her 7-year-old son is a transgender, your Charlize Theron, the Academy Award-winning actress for Monster, has made life imitate art, because your Charlize Theron won an Oscar for playing serial killer Eileen Wuornos in the film Monster, and now in real life she has shown the world that she truly is a monster on the level of Eileen Wuornos. And the way your Charlize Theron is a monster on the level of an Eileen Wuornos is the fact that she has used the power of her position as a white woman to make an effort to emasculate this young black boy. Because this 7-year-old boy has no understanding of things as related to sex, sexuality, or gender, and what this white woman wants to do is use the position of her power as a white woman to emasculate this young black boy, because in the system of white supremacy, most children who are taught the culture of white supremacy will always submit to a white authority figure. And what your Charlize Theron wants to do is use the power of her position to take this boy's male identity away from him and emasculate him. Basically, what she wants to do is use her power as a white woman to tell this boy what his gender is and what his gender identity is. So she is using the power of her white skin to tell this boy that he is a female, and she wants to try to assign him a female identity. That's something that's truly sick and twisted when you think about it, because it shows how much of a racist your Charlize Theron is and how deeply sick she is with this white supremacy in her mind. She wants to use the power of her white skin to change this boy's male identity and emasculate him by doing things like braiding this boy's hair and dressing him up in dresses. So she wants to say, I'm going to go out here and buy you these things, and because I am a white woman giving you these things, young black boy, this is who you are going to be. Showing us how, again, really sick and twisted your Charlize Theron is to go out here and do these things, because what she's doing with her white skin is abusing this young black boy. And what's sad about this whole situation with your Charlize Theron is that Child Protective Services have not stepped in this clear case of child abuse, because what is being done to this 7-year-old boy is the clearest case of child abuse I have ever seen. When it comes down to a 7-year-old boy, a 7-year-old boy has no understanding of anything related, again, to sex, has no understanding of anything as related to gender, and no understanding of anything as related to gender identity. A 7-year-old boy cannot make any sort of decision to go out here and vote, any decision to go out and drive a car, or any decision about his life. But your Charlize Theron is going to tell us that this 7-year-old boy, who is a minor, is a transgender, a decision that most people know make a decision on when they're 18 years old. That is completely egregious, as I see it, as related to this 7-year-old boy, and is the main reason why Child Protective Services need to come in here and take this boy out of this home, because a 7-year-old boy cannot make that type of decision for himself. When it comes down to a 7-year-old boy, as I see it, this is child abuse, similar to the same child abuse that your Gabrielle Union did to your Dwayne Wade's son back at that gay pride parade. Because things related to sex and sexuality, these are not decisions a minor, as I see it, should be able to make. And a 7-year-old who is having a white in a home, a black boy in a home with a white woman, this is one of the things that makes it child abuse, because this is a white woman using the power of her white skin to tell this black boy who he is. And because the black boy has grown up under the system of white supremacy, he is going to believe what this white woman says is the gospel, and he's going to believe that this is normal when it's not normal at all. It is this white female looking to impose her power on this boy and looking to use her power to emasculate this boy. And this is a behavior, as I see it, is something similar to what your Eileen Wuornos did back when she was out here serial killing. And I believe that your Charlize Theron is emulating the very same twisted behavior as your Eileen Wuornos, the role that got her an Oscar, with the way she is abusing this boy. Now, your Charlize Theron is out here, and as she's emasculating this boy and stripping him of his male identity, what she's doing now is talking about how men need to step up and date her. And that's something that I say is one of the most mind-bogglingly insane things I have ever heard. What rational thinking man is going to go out here and try to date a 40-something-year-old woman who has adopted 2 children, I believe, and has gone out of her way to use her domineering mindset and her racist mindset to emasculate one of those children and strip him of his black identity, strip him of his male identity, and deny him a right to know his own gender? What man is going to go out here and date this woman after seeing her participate in this toxic behavior? I believe no man with a rational thinking mind would date this woman or even think about taking her crap test where she's trying to get these simps to step up and date her, because they look at this Charlize Theron and they see, 1, an over 40 woman who has hit the wall, and 2, they see a over 40 woman who clearly shows the world that she is an emasculating shrew and a racist and white supremacist. So all of those strikes are against your Charlize Theron and clearly show us why your Charlize Theron is single, because the way she has braided this little black boy's hair and put him in a dress is the same way she will take a man she is dating and eventually, in 3 to 6 months, have him wearing a dress and heels and having his hair braided in the same way she has had that boy's hair braided. When it comes down to your Charlize Theron, she is an emasculating, racist, white supremacist shrew, and this emasculating, white supremacist shrew is single for a reason, because she is just as dysfunctional as many of the dysfunctional black women out here that many people complain about. She participates in the exact same frame of thinking and exact same frame of behavior, and clearly there is something wrong with your Charlize Theron, because when I look at her behavior, I see all of the exact same behaviors I see in many of these hood rat single mothers who go out of their way to emasculate their sons. And the only difference between her and those hood rat single mothers is that your Charlize Theron is a racist and a white supremacist, and she is teaching that culture to her son and going out of her way to teach that culture to her son, because she doesn't want that black boy to grow up to become a black man. She wants that black boy to grow up to become an effeminate, emasculated, weak, adult beta male, and what she wants to do is destroy that black boy right before our eyes, because she wants to flex and show the power of white supremacy to the world, in saying that she could go out here and adopt this boy and participate in one of the most twisted forms of buck breaking I have ever seen in my life, stripping this little black boy of his male identity, his masculinity, and his manhood. And what's sad is most of these people out here are sitting up here letting this white woman get a pass in this era of gynocentric Jim Crow and strip this boy of his manhood and not making any efforts out here to take this child away from this abusive woman before she winds up destroying this child. And that's what's really sad about this is people should be getting out here and demanding that this child be taken away from this sick woman and try to get this child in an environment where they can get their mental health right, because what's being done to this child is one of the worst forms of child abuse known to man. And what's sad is our fellow men aren't making any efforts to call this woman out on all of her racist and completely emotionally and mentally abusive behavior towards this child. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.